Morning folks, welcome to Try or Die Garage. It's a lovely Sunday morning and I just popped in the garage to give you guys an update and let you know where I'm at. Anybody who watched the last video that I did will know that I basically have to put the bike up for sale. The reason I want to put it up for sale is A, I've overextended a little bit on it, and B, essentially I'm trying to put money together so I can move back to South Africa. If not permanently full-time, then at least most of the time. And you know, in order to do that, and I want to buy a property there, and to do that, you know, I probably need to get together 15 or 20 grand. So I need to sell the bike and a whole bunch of other stuff. Anyway, after the last video, put it on eBay, put it on Facebook Marketplace, had loads and loads of views, quite a few saves on both Marketplace and eBay, but not one inquiry, literally none. And in the last 12 years of kind of putting bikes back on the road and selling them, I've always had a fair number of inquiries. They may not have resulted in anything, but they may have resulted in a bit of back and forth. I've had literally nothing. I think the reason for that is twofold. Firstly, I think it's a shitty time of year to sell bikes. It always has been a bad time of year. If you're buying new bikes and you're in the trade, then selling bikes over the summer is a good thing. But basically the market that I lurk in, which is in the second-hand market, people tend to buy bikes, you know, over winter when they've got lots of time to look at stuff. And ironically, bikes are more expensive over winter. They're not cheaper. So I've always typically sold my bikes October, November, starting October, November, and I've never ever waited longer than 3 to 4 weeks to sell it. So I think that's one of the reasons, but the other reason is I think I've gone the wrong route. Frankly, I think if I'd restored it to original condition, then I probably would have sold it by now. And if not original condition, I think going the route of white and blue, whilst I kind of think it's cool, I don't think it's appealing to most buyers. So I've currently got two options in order to recoup my money, basically, or some of it. And that is option one is to strip everything down to parts and sell it. Now, I really don't want to do that, because I think A, I think it would be a waste, and B, it's a fucking hassle. You know, unless you break it down into massive chunks, in other words, complete front end, complete back end, engine, frame, and then a box of all the other bits, it's just a pain in the ass. You know, you have to list 100 odd parts, price them separately, post them out separately, and it takes ages. So I don't really want to go down that route. The other route is I basically strip it all down again to its fundamental parts, and then sorry, I wasn't sure if the camera was on. I'm actually re-recording this because I spoke to you guys for about 12 minutes 5 minutes ago, but it didn't record. So yeah, the other thing is strip it down and start again cosmetically. So I can't afford a new paint job, but I can afford a wrap. So there's a local firm where the guy has given me a very good price to sort of wrap all the bits in whatever I decide, and they do a fantastic job, and they do really high-end stuff, but the guy's quite keen to add some bike bits to his portfolio. So that's route one. Route two. What I'm thinking is carbon fiber wrap for all of the bodywork, and then the frame back to black. So that's kind of the two routes that I'm going. I also have, I'll see if I can show you. And yeah, there's the back end, which I cleaned up. Let me get in a bit closer. You can see, other than the brake caliper, it's in really fantastic condition. So the swing arm doesn't have any gouges or chunks in it. It was a bugger to clean up because it had, like, I don't know, decades of grease and gunk and what have you. But that needs to be sold. I've also got the original exhaust hanging up there. It's extremely solid but extremely manky. So there are no holes, pinholes, it hasn't rusted through anywhere. So that I can sell. The airbox, there's the behind the carbs bit, and there's the bit that sits over the battery. And then, as I said, there is the complete front end. So the brakes on that are fantastic. So somebody's obviously put some braided lines and whatnot. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I'd be interested to get the feedback from you guys, to anybody who can be bothered to watch it. What am I on now? 5 minutes 27 seconds. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm going to take you for another quick walk around the bike. I'm really proud of what I've done and I've managed to achieve with the budget and the tools and the skills. It's a really lovely bike. You know, haven't taxed it, haven't insured it, haven't MOT'd it because I don't have the money. But I've been on some private roads, let's say that. I've been on some private roads and it goes really well. I think it could do with a Dynajet kit because it's got pods and an exhaust, and I've checked the jet sizes and the guy who did that never put a Dynajet kit on it, but it runs fine. So let me just do another quick walk around. So yeah, you can see I've put indicators on the back of the bike and they work absolutely fine. They're not hugely expensive ones, but I wanted something that was discreet. You'll remember that I didn't fill in the original mounting holes for the original indicators because I thought somebody might want to make it original, the next owner. So what I've done is I've gotten a white nylon washer and then just used it, and it kind of fills in the hole. You can't really see it, and it works. They work fine. So, and they're quite bright enough, even though they were cheap. But yeah, so I tucked the clutch cable. If you remember, the clutch cable was going around the outside of the bike, and on this side I have tucked in the brake and throttle cables, so it's kind of all neat and all tucked in. So I do love this paintwork, but I don't think people who are interested in buying this sort of bike like it. I think they're either want it original or black, frankly, which is what I'm looking at doing. The other thing is, you'll notice I've got that sort of cheap iridescent exhaust on. I put it on because I'm wanting to take it for an MOT, and I will when I get paid. So it's quite a lot quieter than the other little bullet that I had on there. So I've just put it on, but my intention is to buy a little Yoshimura clone, which will actually be slightly longer than that. So it will come out probably there at the back. So it's a tri-oval Yoshi clone. Yeah, I love this bike, and I wish I could keep it. I wish, yeah, if wishes were fishes. But there you go. Anyway, so anyway, folks, that's where we are at the moment. So I look forward to your feedback. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, I hope to get some feedback for you. Please like, share and subscribe, and as always, I'm eternally grateful for everybody who watches and comments, both the positive and the negative. Take it easy.